really have a lot of good stuff in here for you guys to really help you achieve the best results that you can possibly achieve. Every year I say this, the goal for me for the Beachbody Challenge for you guys is for you not to have to do the Beachbody Challenge next year. That's my goal. We want to teach you guys the healthy habits that are going to help you make progress consistently. All right. The goal for this is not just for you to not binge, like completely cut everything out, lose a whole bunch of weight, and then in the 6 weeks put it all back on, and probably more. We don't want that. We want to set you up to make consistent progress well after this is over. Our goal is to teach you the stuff that's going to help you continue to make progress, continue to get your body wherever you want it to be. Okay, so that's our goal for you for this. Okay, so basically, you have 3 sheets of paper on this. I'm going to walk you through these, walk you through how everything's going to go. But first, let's refer to this one that says 2019 Coyote Fitness Beachbody Challenge meeting. Okay, that's what I'm just going to work down, give you all the info and everything, and then feel free to ask questions as we go through this. Okay. So first, how the teams work. Okay, so basically, this year we are having each gym is going to be their own team. So you guys are all on a team together, and Caleb is your coach. Okay, you're competing against Team Coyote and Coach Chris, and Team Blue Shark and Coach Emma. Okay, the winning team is going to get some special T-shirts made that are designed just for these. These are one-time T-shirts that are going to be really, really cool. On top of that, the winning person from all the gyms is going to get a free month of CrossFit. Okay, whoever is the highest finisher, and I'll go over how all the scoring works and all that type of stuff. So basically, this year we're playing for points. Okay, you're going for total points. The team with the most points at the end of the thing wins. Now you guys have a whole lot of people, so you're off to a good start. Okay, now if you guys just can continue to earn points every week, you got a good shot. Okay, so you are going to keep score on your score sheet, which I also gave you, but we'll go over that in a minute. Just know that that's what that is. But I'm going to briefly go over how the points are going to work. Every day you're going to have an opportunity to earn points. Okay, you get 1 point each for quality of food that you eat, the quantity of food that you eat, drinking 100 ounces of water, in bed for at least 8.5 hours, and at least 30 minutes of activity a day. Okay, and I'll break down each of those a little bit further on. You're also going to get a bonus point each day you come to class. Okay, so you can get up to 6 bonus points a week. Now, technically, every day you come to class, you're also doing 30 minutes of exercise, so you're really getting double points for that. So that's incentive to come to the gym. And you also get a bonus point each week you don't drink any alcohol. All right. Last year we had alcohol as a big component in the challenge, and it was a big crash and burn because a lot of people didn't want to stop drinking, which is fine. But just realize that alcohol does play a big impact, have a huge impact on your body composition. You are going to get a bonus point every week that you don't drink any alcohol. Okay. So at the end, you're also the team that we're also going to use the InBody scan to get bonus points. Okay. The team with the most average fat pounds lost is going to win 100 points. So we're going to take that from the InBody. We're going to take how many average fat pounds you had as a team, how many average fat pounds you lost, and then determine which team had the most average fat pounds lost. They're going to win 100 points. Same thing for most average muscle pounds gained, 100 points for them. And then the team with the most body fat percent lost is going to win 100 points. So possible 300 points total from the InBody scan stuff. All right. Like I said, that's a typo. The team with the most points wins a T-shirt. Everybody's going to win a T-shirt, but the individual is going to win the membership. Okay. All right. So this is what you're going to get. This is how we're going to help you guys. Okay. Number one, there's going to be a Facebook group. Caleb created it. Everybody's going to be involved in the Facebook group. You can post questions, comments, concerns in there. Caleb can post articles that he thinks are going to help you out, recipes, whatever you can think, discussion. I'll also be in there, so I'll chime in if you have any questions, trying to help you guys. We want to make this as clear and give you as much support as we can with this, okay? We're also tonight going to help you set up MyFitnessPal, help you set up the macros and calories correctly, show you how to use it, and then give you support on that throughout the 6 weeks. I'm a huge believer in MyFitnessPal. I've been using it for years. I have a lot of people that have used it to help them lose weight. It just helps you be aware of what you're eating. It's also going to be how we're going to track our water, and I'll show you how to do that too. We're also going to help you set up the Sleep Cycle app, which is a sleep tracking app that I use that's really, really cool. It's a free app. You put it by your bed at night, and it's going to track how long you're in bed. It's going to track your sleep and your deep sleep, and it's going to give you a quality rating, 0 to 100% on how quality your sleep is. I think Caleb's been playing around with it too, but it's a really, really cool app that I'm going to show you how to use. It takes about 5 days to calibrate you specifically based on the noise in the room and all that type of stuff, but after the 5 days you can start tracking, and I can go back through, I think I have like 150 nights logged, and I can go and track and see my quality of sleep and how much sleep I've been getting, all that type of stuff. Now, you don't have to use these apps for this challenge, but they're going to make it a whole lot easier. If you just want to track how much time you're in bed and just write it down every day, that's fine. If you want to track your food on a different app, that's fine. If you want to track your food on a spreadsheet, if you want to write it down, that's fine, but that's going to be a lot harder. I promise you, FitnessPal is the easiest thing we found to use for that, okay? So how do you get your points? You got a score sheet, okay? You have 6 score sheets with you, 1 for each week. So you are going to fill out your own score sheets yourself. Okay, let me get one real quick so I can go over with you.
Guys, the Facebook page is called CrossFit 2717 Beachbody Challenge. Just in case. We got real creative with it.
All right, so let's look at the score sheets real quick. At the top, your name and which week you're on, fill that in. First thing you're going to put on there, 3 reasons I will be successful. We'll talk about this a little bit later, but this is getting to the why. Why are you here? Why are you doing the Beachbody Challenge? Why are you going through the pain and effort and trouble to do all this stuff? Okay, so you'll put 3 reasons down on there. Then you're going to have your weekly scorecard. Okay, every day, like I said, you have 5 ways to get points: food quality, food quantity, 100 ounces of water, 30 minutes activity, in bed for 8.5 hours. Every day that you do that, you put a little check. At the end of the week, you add up your checks. Okay, that's how many points you got. Plus, how many classes did you attend this week? So put that in there. So if you came to 3 classes, you put a 3 there. Did you drink alcohol this week? Yes or no? If you circle no, then you get another point. Okay, and that's going to be your total points. All right, pretty simple. Just fill in the scorecard throughout the week, and then you're going to turn it in every Tuesday. Okay, it starts today. Turn your scorecard in each week, every Tuesday. If you don't turn your scorecard in, you don't get any points for that week. Okay, so Caleb's going to have a turn-in station somewhere. He'll let you know where to turn it in, but turn it in on your own. Caleb will check up on you. But this is going to be on the honor system, okay? You're signing your name at the bottom saying that you're doing it. If you fib about all these points or whatever, all you're really doing is hurting yourself, okay? This is just a tool to help you to get to where you want to be. If you fib and say you got all these points, it's going to show up at the end either way. So, but we're trusting you guys to keep track of your own scores, okay? Also at the end, a couple of questions. Are you happy with your weekly effort and consistency? Yes or no? And then what will you do to improve your effort and consistency next week? Okay, so you'll fill this out every week for 6 weeks. At the end of 6 weeks, you should have 6 score sheets turned in. Okay? Any questions on the score sheets? All right. So let's get into the nuts and bolts of this. What we're tracking and why we decided to track these things. Okay, there's a reason we decided to focus on these 5 areas. It's because we think these are the 5 areas that are going to give you the best opportunity to succeed with changing your body. Okay, and most important from what we've seen. First is diet. Okay, we can talk all day about diet. We can go a lot of different directions, but we want to kind of focus on the main points tonight. As we get into this, if you got more, diet is typically the one that people have the most questions about. And we're going to talk about what we believe about diet, what we've seen that works with lots of people, and how we think it can help you, and why we think it can help you, okay? 3 pillars of success in my eyes are quality of food, quantity of food, and consistency, okay? To me, you have to have all 3 to have the maximum success, okay? If you only have 1 or 2, you probably will have some success, but you're not gonna have the success that you could, okay? So we'll start with quality. To me, quality is the most important, all right? Quality of food trumps everything else to me, because if you're eating high quality of food, you're probably gonna be eating close to the right numbers and quantities, and you're gonna be healthier, okay? It's gonna decrease inflammation, you're gonna feel better, you're gonna be getting a lot more variety of food, so your body's gonna work better, your hormones, metabolism, all that stuff's gonna work better. Quality of food is the most important to me, okay? So how are we gonna monitor that? We're gonna stick to the shopping list. So let's go ahead and go over that. I gave you guys a shopping list. That's the other package you guys got, okay? So this is a shopping list with all the foods that we recommend that you eat in this challenge, okay? In order to get a point, every food that you eat during that day needs to be on this list, okay? It's broken down into lots of different categories, so you can kind of read through and take a look, see what's on there. But I'll tell you what's not going to be on there is Burger King Big Mac. That's not on there. Sugar's not on there. There's lots of things that aren't on there that are in our diets every single day. Now, if you see something on there that not on there that you think like should be on there, ask Caleb. He can give you the okay. I mean, obviously there's millions of different foods in the world, so this is not an exhaustive list by any means, but this is a big enough list that I think you can make a lot of good choices on. Okay, but basically it's lean meats, nuts, seeds, some fruit, no sugar, no starches. Okay, all of these foods are designed to reduce inflammation and help you get a wide variety of micronutrients to keep you healthy. Now, one note on this: everybody's different as far as their food intolerances, okay? Lots of different people can tolerate different types of foods, but this list is gonna be probably what the majority of people can tolerate. Now, there might be something on here that's just a no-go for you, and that's fine. Don't eat it, all right? But what you'll see is as you start cutting foods out, if you start adding certain things back in, you'll start noticing that they have a negative effect. Maybe you don't digest it well, it cause you to be sluggish, brain fog, all that type of stuff, okay? So, have you guys had a chance to look through this at all? Any questions on all this? Somebody asked a question about peanut butter last night, why you can't have peanuts or peanut butter.
Because it's full of the hole you can't have.
Yes. Peanut butter is one of the dirtiest foods out there. It causes tons of inflammation. It does not get digested well. Also, a lot of the stuff that they use to process peanuts is a lot of chemicals that are that's gonna cause inflammation in your body.
Not
So,
Sessions peanuts.
oh yeah, right. Except for them. Yeah. There's a whole. We can go to deep dive into peanuts. The omega-3 to 6 ratio is off. You want a lot more 3s and 6s. And it's reversed. But there's a whole lot of reasons for that. But any questions on the quality of food shopping list? Like I said, if you got questions about stuff, ask Caleb. He can give you the okay on certain things. But at the end, you will see things to avoid list. Alcohol, bread, pasta, tortillas, gluten, breakfast cereals, condiments like ketchup, soy sauce, and barbecue sauce that contain sugar, corn, dairy, genetically modified ingredients, high fructose corn syrup, sugar, artificial sweeteners, soy, fruit juice, grain-based foods, jams, most cooking oils like corn, safflower, canola, soy, processed frozen dinners, processed meats, chips, popcorn, soy-based food, sugary processed snacks, sweetened drinks, stuff like that. Okay, all the stuff we know we shouldn't be eating, but it tastes so good. All right, so that's quality of food, guys. To me, that's the most important thing, but that's just one of the 3 pillars. Okay, next one's quantity. Okay, this is where the quantity is. You hear people say if it fits your macros, counting calories, all that type of stuff. You can get a lot of body composition change by just looking at your calories and macros. You can. But that's not going to be sustainable for a long period of time, and it's not going to set you up to be healthy. Okay? If you're just cutting calories, but eating burgers every single day and fries and all that type of stuff, but you're under eating your calories, you will lose weight, but you're going to also mess up your metabolism, you're going to mess up your hormones, you're going to not be getting all your micronutrients, your body's not going to work correctly. In the long run, that's not going to work, and it's probably going to set you up for a reckoning at some point. We don't want that to happen, so we want to eat the right foods along with the right quantities, okay? So that's what we're going to do with the MyFitnessPal. We're going to help you set that up. The goal for each day is to be within 5% of your daily calories and macros, okay? You can calculate that on your own. You can kind of get a little leeway. No macro prescription is going to be perfect. It's just not. You know, we're organisms that change each and every day. You don't know exactly how many calories are in the foods that you're eating every single day. What says on the package is not exactly correct. But so this is not an exact science by any means, and we're not going to be able to prescribe you the exact diet every single day. But the goal is to get close, okay? And the goal is to be consistent. If we're consistent and we're eating the same amount for 2 weeks, then we can say, all right, I ate the same amount for 2 weeks, the scale didn't really move, well, I should probably make a change. But if we're eating up and down, up and down, up and down, and the scale didn't move, we really don't know what's going on because we're not being consistent, okay? And we're not tracking, all right? That's the biggest thing, is tracking, so we can know and then we can make changes, okay? That's where FitnessPal comes in. It's really easy to use. If you've never used it before, you can scan barcodes, you can search for stuff. It's got thousands of foods already saved in there. It's super easy to use. It calculates how many macros you've eaten, how many macros you have left, calculates your goals and all that type of stuff in there, okay? So that's where the quantity of food is. The goal is within 5% of your daily calories and macros. Okay, any questions on that? Last one, consistency. None of this works without consistency. If we're eating good Monday through Thursday and throwing it all away Friday, Saturday, Sunday, well, you're not going to do a whole lot. All right, you're gonna make progress for 4 days and give it all away. I can write down a math formula, the numbers, and show you how you can give away 6 days of eating good with one bad day. You can do it. You can be at a deficit for 6 days and be at such a surplus on the 7th day that you give it all away. You can do that Mexican with 2 margaritas and chips and queso in a heartbeat. It's really easy to get those calories. And so just realize that 6 weeks, if you really, really want to make progress, just be consistent for 6 weeks, okay? Give up the cheat meals for 6 weeks. It's in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big a deal. Give yourself a reward at the end of it, but we want you to start developing the habit so that when it's over with, it's a lot easier for you to get back on the train when you do get off the tracks for a little bit, because everybody gets off the tracks, honestly, every once in a while. But we want to show you what can happen if you are consistent for a significant amount of time. If you do it consistently for 6 weeks, you'll be amazed at how much progress you have. Last night, there was a guy who did it last year, and I think he said he lost 6% body fat in 6 weeks, okay, that was, I think, almost 25% of his total body fat. Amazing what you can do in 6 weeks. And then he put it all back on, so he's coming back again this year. But, or he didn't put it all back on, but he put on most of it. So just to show you, you can make a whole lot of progress in 6 weeks, okay? Consistency, just like in the gym. You guys know you can't come to the gym one day a week and make progress. We need to be consistent with our diet every single day, every single meal, okay? That's the key. All right. Next one is water, okay? We want you drinking 100 ounces of water a day. You can track it in MyFitnessPal, it's easy. Benefits of drinking water, better gut health. The gut is the second brain of the body. It controls the immune system, it controls the skin, it controls our mood, it controls the brain, it controls everything. And so if our gut is healthy and rid of inflammation, then all of our processes are going to work better. Drinking more water is going to help with that. It's going to help with digestion, absorbing more of the food, nutrients in your food. It's going to help with energy levels. It's going to help increase your metabolism, all types of stuff. Most people are walking around at some form of dehydration, okay? So most people, if you're dehydrated, it's a fact. It's proven fact that your metabolism is going to be slower. It's true. So most people are walking down with a little bit lower metabolism they could have if they would just drink more water. So think of it that way. So why 100 ounces? For me, 100 ounces is a good shooting point because it's easy to get to, but it's not as daunting as a whole gallon. And then what will happen is if you drink 100 ounces, you probably will end up getting a little bit more. For most people, about half of your body weight is a good goal. So some people really don't need 100 ounces, but you know, it's getting hot outside. You work out, you sweat. So 100 ounces is a good goal. And then anything over that is cake. Some people have tried to carry the jug a gallon of water around, make sure it's gone by the end of the day. I've tried that before. I just don't like that. I don't like carrying that thing around all day long. It's just annoying. So for me, shaker bottle is 20 ounces. I fill it up 5 times a day. It's pretty easy to do, okay? For you, it might work if you fill a gallon up and put the little marks on there at 9 a.m. I need to be here at 12 a.m. or 12 p.m., 3 o'clock. That works for some people, and that's fine. Everybody's different. If that doesn't work for me, I like to fill the thing up. But you can track it in FitnessPal. When I started tracking my water, within a week, I noticed a huge difference in my energy levels, in my sleep, in my workouts, and how I felt. I couldn't believe it, and I thought I was drinking enough water, and I wasn't, just by trying to get 100 ounces a day. Okay, so any questions on water? You can if you want to, like some Neo or something like that. If you don't like the taste of water, go for it. You can, but you're not going to get your bonus points.
Yeah, you lose your bonus points. Hey, I try to not save it for the end of the day, because if you drink, that's going to then affect your sleep quality if you're having to get up. So I think a good rule of thumb is like 2 hours, you know, maybe 3, even closer. So try to get it done before 7 or 8 o'clock at night, because then you're going to be up, you're going to try to go to sleep, and you're going to have to get up, and it's going to start to affect you there. And then super cold water, I found is really tough to drink a lot of. So if you're used to carrying around ice water, you're probably just sipping on it. So if you can get used to drinking lukewarm water, that helps a lot with trying to get water in throughout the day and not having to have, you know, ice cold water all the time. It's very hard to drink a lot of ice cold water at a time. So those are 2 things that people have found that have helped a lot.
You know, the biggest trick for me to drink enough water is chug it, honestly.
Yep.
I don't want to be sitting here and sipping water all day long, so I'll try to chug it as fast as I can. I got a lot of practice from my younger days from taking shots and stuff, so I do it, and then I move on, and then I'm like, all right, I need to drink another one, and I chug it down. But you can't chug ice cold water, like I said. Room temperature water, go get it. You can drink it really fast. Yeah. That's a really good, easy way to get water in, especially if you don't like the taste. Okay. All right. Let's move on to sleep. Okay. Now this can be a sticking point for some people. We'll talk about adherence at the end, but we're going to talk, for now we're talking about this is an ideal world. If everything's lined up, these are the things we want you doing. I realize it's not attainable for everybody, but we're going to talk about why it's ideal for you to do this. In bed for 8.5 hours, okay? People need on average 8 hours of sleep, okay? There are very, very small percent of the population, like 0.01% of the population who does not require 8 hours, but you're probably not one of them, honestly. A lot of people say, I can get by with 5 or 6, and I say, well, when's the last time you got 8 hours for 3 days in a row? Do that, and then tell me how much better you feel. I promise you, you won't even realize how sluggish and how much brain fog you have until you actually do get 8 hours for a few days in a row. It's so incredibly important. The more we learn about sleep, the more we realize how important it is, how it affects everything. But just for body composition, improved hormones, your hormones work better, metabolism works better, cognitive function, like I said, your brain works better, you have better energy levels. Now here's something for body composition. When you're not sleeping enough, when you're tired, your body overproduces the hormones that cause hunger. Okay, those are leptin and ghrelin. When you're sleep deprived, your brain is telling you that you need to eat more. So you literally will eat more if you're not sleeping enough because you feel hungrier than you should be. Okay, so that in itself should be a reason for you to realize, hey, if I get a little bit more sleep. Now, a lot of people say, I just don't have time to get in bed that much. Well, I encourage you to really sit down and examine your day. Pull out your phone and look at that thing that tells you how much time you spend on your phone every day. The average American spends 4.5 hours on their phone a day. Cut an hour of that out and you can get an hour extra sleep, okay? Cut out that extra hour of Game of Thrones right before bed, okay? I know I've been there, I've been guilty of it. I stay up late and I'm kicking myself the next morning, but it was such a good episode I had to watch one more afterwards. I know how it happens. But try it for a little while. Just say, you know what, I'm not going to watch that extra episode tonight, or I'm going to cut this out or that out. Now, I realize some of you, it's just not possible. Maybe you have young kids. Maybe you just have a job where it's not possible. We'll just say, you know what, I'm not going to be able to get to sleep. I'm going to double down on everything else. Another way to get good quality sleep, if you know, or to get sleep, if you know you're not going to get 8 hours, is try to take a nap in the day at some point. Even if you lay down and close your eyes for 10 minutes, that can really, really help. That can make a huge difference, okay? But sleep is incredibly important. So I put some tips on here. Some people have trouble falling asleep at night. Number one, no screens for 30 minutes before bed. If you have a TV in your room, take it out, okay? If you watch TV in bed, you're training yourself that your bed is not where you sleep, okay? You want your bed, your body to think that your bed is, when I get in bed, it's time to go to sleep. If you lay in bed for an hour watching TV before you go to sleep, you don't have a signal for your body that's time to go to sleep, and you can turn the TV off and you just lay there, okay? So try not to watch TV in bed. Try not to look at your phone. The lights in your the blue lights in your phone mess up your sleep and make you not go into deep sleep as quickly. So try to wind down. No blue lights for 30 minutes before bed. Wind down routine. This is really big. This is the biggest thing for sleep, is having a routine before bed. So you're telling your body that it's time to go to sleep. Same bedtime and same wake time every day. If you start training yourself, hey, at 10:30, that's when I turn the lights off every single night, your body's going to pick up on that pretty quick, and you'll start going to sleep, be able to go to sleep pretty quickly. 65 degrees, I know that's cold, but most people don't have it cold enough in their houses. That's the ideal temperature according to scientific studies for you to get to sleep, ideal sleep. So it's worth paying it's worth paying a little bit extra money on my electric bill every month to be able to get good sleep, okay? You know how hard it is to sleep when you're hot. You wake up all night, it's the worst, okay? And then a dark room, blackout shades, or something to keep it dark. The biggest thing is having a routine, okay? Winding down. You don't want to just be in chaos and stress and all of a sudden just go get in bed and try to fall asleep. You're not going to be able to fall asleep. You need to slowly wind down. Don't watch anything that's going to get your heart racing right before bed. Wind down, ease into the bed, into the night. Maybe do some breathing exercises, take a hot bath, something to relax before bed, okay? Any questions on the sleep part? All right, activity is next. All right, class at least 4 days a week, okay? We talk about this a lot. That fourth day is the tipping point. If you work out 4 days a week, you're working out more days than you're resting. If you work out 3 days a week, you're resting more days than you're working out. So the fourth day, from what we've seen over the years, is the make or break point. If you see people at least 4 days a week consistently, they're going to make progress. Obviously, you can come up to 6 days a week. Take Sunday off. Don't work all 7 days a week. You need a rest day, okay? But you can do up to 6 days if you want to. You can get up to 6 points for working out. Every day, though, some form of activity, at least 30 minutes, okay? That could be 30 minutes walking your dogs. Nice and easy bike ride for 30 minutes. Something that's restorative, getting the blood flowing. For me, I like to walk the dogs on Sunday for a nice long walk. It's fun, it's restorative. I can kind of get away from everything and just wind down. Something like that is really good. But every day you should be doing that. And also now that it's getting spring, it's a good way for you to get sunlight and get some good vitamin C. Just enjoy some time of relaxing and decompressing. That can be throwing the football in the yard with your kids. It can be throwing batting practice to your kids. It can be, I don't know, parking really far away at the grocery store and walking extra far at the grocery store. I don't know, whatever. You know, it can be something. Just make sure you're active for 30 minutes every single day. Benefits: muscle gain from the working out in the gym, energy levels, metabolism, burning more calories, all that type of stuff, okay? So any questions on that activity? Like I said, every day you come to the gym, that's really going to be 2 points because you get the points for the 30 minutes of activity and you get the point for coming to the gym. All right, last one, alcohol. Not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. Some people say they're just not going to do it. That's fine. But you're going to get a bonus point every week if you don't drink. Just so you know, there's a lot of negatives for drinking alcohol for body composition. It shuts down your metabolic processes when you drink. So your body treats alcohol like poison. Whenever you take alcohol in, it shuts down all metabolism until it processes that alcohol completely. So if you think, all right, I go to eat and I'm drinking alcohol, your body's not digesting any of that food until it's processed all that alcohol. Okay, so you could think your body's probably going to store most of that food as fat, okay? Also, your body converts alcohol as sugar and then stores it as fat, so all the alcohol you drink is going to be stored as fat. So double whammy there, really. It also decreases sleep quality. There's a lot of studies that show you're not really asleep when you're not getting restorative sleep when you've been drinking alcohol, okay? It's not restorative. You're not getting the deep REM sleep that's going to help you get restorative. You're just really just kind of like passed out, really. All right, you're just shut off. You're not restoring or repairing. So you can see if you drink every single night, that's also hurting your sleep quality along with your body composition. So it's just like bam, 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 lots of punches to the guts. So
literally,
if you're just one of those that I'm not going to give up drinking, maybe try to cut it back to a few nights a week. Okay, if you're one of those that drinks every night before bed, maybe try to keep to the weekends. See how you feel. Okay, that can make. I've seen people literally just say, I quit drinking a case of beer during the week and just drank on the weekends, and they lost like 20 pounds in a month. It's amazing. So just by not drinking 6 to 12 beers a night and just drinking on the weekend, they've lost weight. So just be mindful of that. If you drink a lot, maybe cut it back a little bit. Okay. Any questions on alcohol? All right. So adherence. Okay. Do the best you can with your current situation. Everybody's different. Everybody's got a lot going on. Nobody's perfect. We're not living in a perfect world. Okay. This is perfect. I don't expect anybody to have a check mark across every single box every single week. That's not what this is about. This is about teaching you to do the best with what you have. Doing all this is ideal, but you will still get results if you do some of this. Okay. This is ideal in a perfect world. Nobody's perfect. You're still going to get results if you focus on some of these. If you just, one of these categories is just not happening for you, just focus on the other four. I promise you're still going to get some results, okay? You might get really good results, okay? We set this up so the more points you get, the more successful you should be, okay? That's how it should work. Now, obviously, everybody's different. Everybody's body works different. Everybody has different diet histories, workout histories. Everybody's at different points in life, so it might not work like that, but it should be somewhat consistent that the more points you get, the better results you have on the in-body scan at the end, okay? If you do get a lot of points and you don't get a whole lot of progress on the in-body scan, don't beat yourself up about it. It will happen. It just might take a little bit longer for you, okay? This is the stuff that works. This is the stuff that you look at any fit person, this is the type of stuff they're doing. There's no getting around it. Any fit person for a significant amount of time, they might get fit for a little while, but people who are fit for years and years and years, they're doing this stuff, okay? I promise you. So this is the stuff that works. So if you can start developing these habits, which is our goal for you, you will get results. And it might take longer for some than others, but that's just part of the journey, okay? But I don't want you to look at this and be overwhelmed and say, this is impossible, I can't do this, and shut down and not do it, okay? That's not what we're looking for at all. We're just showing you all the stuff we know that can help you. And if you know it's not all of it's attainable, just focus on what you can do and work towards it, okay? But do not think like, I can't do this, because you can. Pick some of it that you can do and do the best you can. Some of you might be able to do all of it every week, and that's great. Some of you might focus on a couple of it every single week, and that's great. Just think, I need to do better than I've been doing if I want to get to where I haven't got to yet, okay? You guys got that? All right, so I talked earlier about the know your why part. You need to be intrinsically motivated. There needs to be a reason coming from inside that's motivating you when you're 3 weeks into this and you're like, this is hard, I want to eat a piece of cake, I'm tired of this sucks, this is stupid, why is Caleb on me all the time? You got to have something inside of you. You know how he's going to be. He wants to win. You gotta have that internal motivation. So think about, what are you really doing this for? Why did you come inside? Okay. Everybody's different. Everybody has different motivations. It could be because I want to be healthier. It could be because I want to look good on 4th of July. It could be because I want to show up my ex-girlfriend or boyfriend and show them that they screwed up. Whatever the case may be, whatever your motivation is, that's you. And it's not any better or worse than anybody else's. That's just you and your motivation. So you got to figure out what's motivating for you, okay? And it might change over the 6 weeks. You might start off writing something each week, and then by the end of the 6 weeks, it's changed, okay? But you need to be intrinsically motivated, and we want you to find out why you're doing what you're doing, okay? Does that make sense? So that's where the right at the top of the page each week, we want you to write it down, okay? So what this is about really is developing habits that will last after the challenge, okay? It's about the in-body scan and getting the body and beach body and all that, but it's really not about that. It's really about teaching you the habits that are going to give you a healthy, long, successful life. In the grand scheme of things, 6 weeks is not much of your life, okay? But if we can use the 6 weeks to develop some habits that are going to last for the rest of your life, then that's a win in my book, because we're going to teach you something that you can utilize for years and years and years, and it's going to help you be fit for a really long time and continue to make progress. And when you do get married and go on a honeymoon and put on 10 pounds, you know what to do when you get back. And you don't feel bad about it, because you know, I'll just get right back on where I was before. And that's it's very freeing when you're at that point, because you know you're never that far away from getting back on track. We just want to teach you what it is that you need to get there, okay? Any questions on all that?
I didn't see anything about protein shakes on here. Is that
Yeah,
right?
whey protein's fine, and plant-based protein is fine as well. But read the ingredients, okay? You might see a lot of ingredients on there that are on the do not eat list.
So this one is.
Yeah, that's fine. You're fine with that, okay? But if you go to like GNC or something, and you see an ingredient list that's this long, no. Try to find something with only a few ingredients, okay? The general rule of thumb when you're looking at a label is the more ingredients, the worse it is for you. Okay? Cool. Any questions? All right, let's talk about the MyFitnessPal. Okay, who's never used it before? Wow, everybody else has used it. Wow, cool. All right, has everybody at least got it downloaded on their phone? Does everybody have their phones with them? If you don't have it downloaded, grab your phone and go ahead. You don't have your phone with you?
Go get it.
Yeah, go get your phone.
Get it.
You can turn it off.